you wait and watch, allow the earnings reaction to play out, and thereafter play a trade?
Yeah, you wait for the stock price to react post the results, but then I also believe that it's a stock which tends to behave a little erratic over the last 2-3 quarters. We discussed this point also in the previous session yesterday, that the stock in the last 3 or 4 quarters I think has given gap ups and gap downs of a couple of percentage points, and then post that we've actually seen the trajectory to be still on the upside for Bajaj Finance. So look at the YTD performance for the stock, and it's been spectacular as such with respect to many of its other peers. So I think in that sense, the longer term trajectory and trend is still on the upside. Maybe the stock could react a little bit softer, but I think if that happens, we could be looking at a good buying opportunity.
Okay, so that sounds good. But Kunal, shifting focus to the market, the kind of pullback that we saw in the last few minutes of trade yesterday, and we've ended sub that 25,600 mark. How confident are you that we might break that mark today, given the global handover has been very healthy? Cues don't look all that negative for us this morning. What's your take on the market?
Yeah, I'm not sure of today, but Sneha, I think the kind of recovery which you've seen on yesterday's session, and then couple up with the recovery which you saw on Friday intraday charts for the index from 25,300 mark, it goes to show that there's resilience which has come back. And when in a downtrend, we've seen this thrice in the last, I think, 3 months, where after a period of 6-7 trading sessions consistently, the markets suddenly find a change of trend, change of behavior, buyers come into play, there's a support which the Nifty establishes, and from those support is where you see a repair mode coming back, where the market gets back into a gradual consistent uptrend. So what we are looking out for is now a series of such kind of a consistent build up towards an uptrend. I would sense that 25,300 is now a very strong critical support for the index. And looking at the behavior of the option traders, the rise in the open interest which you've seen, the change in stance in terms of the sectors which have started to move up higher, I think on the back of this, I would expect the markets to head up on the higher side. Not sure of the index performance today because it's a little soft across the globe, where you've seen the price actions for many of the global indices, Asian markets specifically. So I think on the back of this, my expectation that today could be a little bit of a flattish kind of a day. But then broadly, I would expect the index to head towards 25,800 to 26,000 in the next 1 to 2 weeks.
But across the globe, we've seen very strong action from US markets, Kunal. So while Asia is soft, what explains that? You seem to have a logic or a rationale behind that.
Yeah, so in fact, Harsh, yesterday when our markets opened, Nasdaq futures were already up 320 odd points at 9:15. So we closed at 400 points. That is a slight additional advantage, and that's why you're seeing the GIFT Nifty being slightly higher. Yesterday, the GIFT Nifty was up some 40 points, 50 points. Broadly, we closed up 80 points. And now we are adding up another 20, 25 or 30 points on the index. So we are now coming at par with the outperformance, which is already there in the US markets, which was felt yesterday.
And hence the move on IT as well yesterday.
Yes.
And what do you make of IT?
Yeah, so I think it's a good time to start nibbling into a few of the IT names. I will still be very selective. You can't expect this to be a sector trend as of now, because there are a few stocks which are showing signs of resilience and outperformance. But then as an overall pack, I think there's still a lot of confirmation which is yet to happen for the IT names. So I think Infosys, HCL Tech stand out to be the better performers over here, potentially, and in terms of relative strength scale. And from the mid-cap IT names, Persistent and Coforge are the two ones which are looking attractive.
Okay.